Thank you, Cahir. Look, I want to ask that the time be provided to discuss the summer economic statement in this House. I think it's vitally important that we get an opportunity to discuss the report in detail with Minister Paschal Donohoe and to examine the direction the government is taken, because what really concerns me is we had Mr Donohoe in the Finance Committee last week to discuss his meeting this week in Brussels, and the whole narrative that's been used to form economic policy is based on that we're almost now in full employment. Yet I come from an area, and areas in the west of Ireland and rural Ireland where you have 30% plus unemployment, and I think it's important that we discuss it at this point in terms of the economic statement. The current visit being undertaken by the IMF in order to advise on the capital investment indicates that the government now faces a choice between tax cuts and capital investment. Several groups and think tanks have openly asked for the government to abandon the tax cuts agenda and focus on investment in key areas such as infrastructure and education. And it is estimated that we are currently underspending on capital investment by up to $3 billion a year. Per capita spend on infrastructure between 2013 and 2016 is 86% of the European comparator group. We need a massive investment to make up for the years of neglect, especially in the west of Ireland. And Sinn Féin has long argued for the targeted investment that increase employment and make the West more attractive for further investment. And we have included many of these measures in our New Deal for the West document, and the government is more than welcome to use this as a guide. But there are also studies that point out the lack of investment in basic infrastructure such as transport and communication. And that this can render other government supports such as social welfare and pension payments insufficient. We have a road network in dire need of investment that means our major hospitals in the West remain many hours away by ambulance for those they serve. And anybody who is in any doubt of that should travel on the R312. That's the road connecting the Erris Peninsula and Erris with the main hospital in Castlebar. I myself travelled on it as late as last week, and by the time you get from one end to the other, you're physically sick from the number of bumps and the repairs that are needed on that road alone. But put simply, we need investment in infrastructure, and Sinn Féin has a plan to ensure that we get the best return on this. And before the leader says anything in the House, I would remind him.
Don't anticipate what he might say.
I will say two words to him. I will say fiscal space, and I will say USC, and I will say
thank you. I'm sure he's going to concur with you.